The wind whispered through the empty streets of Hoer Verde, Brazil, an eerie stillness blanketing the village like a forgotten dream. When the investigative team arrived, what they found defied logic. Pots of stew still simmered on open flames. Laundry swayed gently on lines untouched by time. In homes, chairs were toppled, cards mid-game on dusty tables. But no one, not a single soul, remained, not even the dogs. Fires crackled in hearths and radios played softly into the silence, as if waiting for someone to come back and listen. It was as though life had been abruptly paused or erased. The villagers, over 600 of them, had vanished without a trace. No signs of struggle, no blood, no farewell, just absence, echoes, shadows of what once was. As the investigators moved deeper into the heart of the village, the air grew colder, as if the town itself was holding its breath, hiding something ancient and unspeakable. How does an entire town vanish overnight? No signs of evacuation, no distress signals, no bodies, just a village frozen in time, abandoned by its people. Hoer Verde wasn't a ghost town from economic collapse or war. It was thriving. Until it wasn't. The year was 1923. 600 residents gone without a whisper, leaving behind only questions. What could cause such a mass disappearance? Was it a secret government experiment, a mass abduction, or something far stranger, something beyond comprehension? And perhaps the most haunting question of all, why has no one ever found a single trace of them? These are the enigmas we'll unravel. But be warned, what lies ahead isn't just a story, it's a descent into a mystery that has refused to die. Hoer Verde is said to have been nestled deep within the Brazilian state of Minas Gerais, though its exact coordinates remain elusive. In the 1920s, Brazil was a nation in flux, grappling with political unrest, economic shifts, and growing tensions between rural communities and federal forces. It's in this chaotic backdrop that the story of Hoer Verde begins. The first alleged reports came from a Brazilian newspaper in early 1923, claiming military personnel discovered the village deserted under mysterious circumstances. But here's where the puzzle deepens. No official census ever recorded Hoer Verde. No maps list it. No verified archives acknowledge its existence. Some researchers argue the town was a myth, an urban legend born from wartime paranoia or folklore. Others believe it was deliberately erased, hidden from public record for reasons unknown. Did Hoer Verde truly vanish? Or was it never meant to be found in the first place? Among the most chilling theories surrounding Hoer Verde is the notion of a government cover-up, a clandestine experiment erased from history. Though the town's disappearance occurred decades before the Cold War, whispers of military involvement persist. Some allege that Hoer Verde was selected for biological testing, perhaps an early attempt at psychological warfare or mass behavioral control. Others speculate that the village became collateral damage in a secret weapons trial, the kind buried beneath decades of classified documentation. One account, attributed to a former Brazilian officer in the 1950s, claimed the military had sealed the area and confiscated all records. He spoke of unnatural silence and men in foreign uniforms. While no hard evidence has surfaced, parallels with known covert operations from MKUltra to remote village tests in South America give this theory an unsettling credibility. Could Hoer Verde have been wiped clean, not by accident, but by design? And if so, what unspeakable truth was so dangerous it had to be buried forever? The silence left behind may not be a mystery, but a warning. Then there are the theories that drift far beyond the veil of science, where Hoer Verde becomes not a case of political secrecy, but something far more cosmic. Some believe the entire village was abducted, taken in one moment by an intelligence not of this world. Witnesses from nearby towns reportedly spoke of strange lights hovering in the sky the night before the discovery, and a low hum that vibrated through the earth like a distant, thunderous heartbeat. Others claim that electromagnetic disturbances rendered compasses useless, and radios screamed with static before falling into eerie silence. And then there are the marking symbols scorched into the soil near the village perimeter, spirals and glyphs with no known origin. Could Hoer Verde have slipped between dimensions? Some researchers speculate a rift opened a portal, pulling the town into another plane of existence. Or worse still, a mass possession, where an unseen force turned the villagers into vessels, before vanishing with them entirely. These aren't just stories. They're shadows cast by something we don't yet understand. And Hoer Verde might be the price of peering too far into the unknown. Not everyone believes in the mystery of Hoer Verde. Skeptics argue it's nothing more than a modern myth, a legend born from internet forums and fueled by our obsession with the unexplained. They point to the glaring lack of official records, no maps, no census data, no confirmed news articles from 1923. Some say the earliest mentions only appeared decades later, suspiciously vague and poorly sourced. Journalists who've chased the story often hit dead ends, with each new lead circling back to unverifiable origins. Could Hoer Verde simply be a viral fabrication, an eerie tale crafted to haunt the curious? Or is the absence of evidence itself the most compelling evidence of all? Today, Hoer Verde exists less as a place and more as a legend, an echo whispered across digital forums, creepypasta threads, and midnight documentaries. Whether it truly vanished or never existed at all, its story has woven itself into the fabric of modern folklore. It taps into a primal fear that entire communities can disappear, that reality itself might be unstable, and that some truths are too strange to survive scrutiny. In a world overloaded with data, Hoer Verde stands out because it resists explanation. Maybe that's why we can't look away. Whether it's a hoax, a cover-up, or something far more disturbing, the legend endures because it speaks to something we all fear, that the ground beneath our lives isn't as solid as we think. And the most haunting thought of all? If it happened once, who's to say it won't happen again? Quiet, complete, without a trace. Subscribe to our channel. Please see.